This is the Newsload.
Hi, I'm Carrie Anne Stevenson, and I'm here with Newsload. And today is a very special interview because I get to interview my mentor, my friend, and a wonderful man, Warren Newcombe. Hello, Warren. How are you today?
Hello. I'm it's a new day. Living one day at a time. That's how I been living my life last little while.
Yes, and you have just been, well, I guess it hasn't been just recently, but you have been diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
And
Yeah. 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago, yes. And it's been quite a journey for you. And are you in any pain?
No, that's where drugs come in to play. Gotta love drugs.
Is it a numbing effect, or is it a like total buzz?
Um, it's not a total buzz. I where you have where it used to be like it was kind of like kind of a sharp pain. Um, it doesn't seem to be that way. Once I'm taking medication, it doesn't seem to be that sharp pain is in there. I still know that there's issues, but I'm not like debilitated by them, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, do you have a favorite childhood memory that you would like to share?
Hmm. Oh gosh. Just I had a lot of, I had a good childhood. Parents, I come from a family of five brothers, and so it was constantly obviously the challenges of being in an all boy household. My mom was uh, my mom was kind of the odd person out. You had burping, belching, farting boys and that father, and poor mother was kind of she was kind of probably grossed out by the whole thing. But we were all living on the farm, and so we were just kind of farm boys that just kind of let it all rip. I'm
One of my favorite comedians is Tom Segura, and he has two boys that are just destructive. Were you boys breaking things?
Oh yes. I mean, I can remember my mother when she got married, she got these two glass like, ducks, like fancy glass ducks. And anyway, when she had children and the children like me, and she took those ducks and she put them away, right? Because she was worried about them being broken. Well, years later, when she felt that the boys were, she'd raised us up, and she thought, well, now's the time to be able to pull these ducks out, and you'll be fine, right? Nope. We ended up roughhousing that within that week, I think, and one of the ducks fell off the shelf and busted. So it was like, you can't win, Mom. It's just the way it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my grandfather used to build sailboats, with actual, rigging and carved wood windows, and the whole thing was a beautiful boat. And us kids, we would play with it, but we would bang it, we would rip the sails down,
Yeah.
very destructive.
Yeah. Well, we were distracted. Well, you got to remember, we're boys, right? The boys kind of get into all sorts of mischief. And I, you know, being raised on a farm, you kind of had, you know, you weren't like our neighbors were like a kilometer at least away. So we could yell and whoop and scream, and for the most part, we weren't bugging any neighbors, right? Um, we had some animals and those things, but yeah, we didn't. We were boys and just got into all sorts of destructiveness. I mean, I kind of give you an idea. I mean, one time there, I don't know if you ever seen where people take, like I say, hairspray and a match or some sort of torch device where you create a little kind of like a torch fire fire torch.
Oh yeah,
Well,
lots of fun, lots of fun. Very dangerous, but lots of fun.
yeah,
Little
well,
homemade blowtorch. Yeah.
that's right. So one time there, I was now this was come August, so everything was dry, dry, dry. My father had done a bunch of harvesting of the wheat of straw and hay bales, and we're in the barn, and I happened to have that particular day. I decided that it would be fun to test out my blowtorch skills, and so anyway, I was behind the barn, and I was doing some blowtorch, and I put out the fire, and then I blowtorch some more, and put out the fire. Well, this one particular instance, I did the fire, and then the fire got away from me, and obviously created some smoke. And I was trying desperately to put this fire out, and wasn't having much success. And then my mother comes. She ran from the house. She saw this fire, or the smoke anyway, and she thought that the barn was burning down or on fire. So she came out to do what she could. And then she saw that it was me trying to desperately put out this fire. So between my efforts and my mom's efforts, we were able to put out the fire. But yeah, stupid things you do as a kid, right? That was a memorable experience, I guess you could. If you ask about a memorable experience, that was a memorable experience.
And a
Yeah,
lesson learned. Don't play with fire, eh?
yeah. Well, yeah. I just when you're a kid, your brain is not fully formed, I don't think, until you're in your 20s. They say that your brain doesn't fully mature until about 23, 24. I
Absolutely,
definitely wasn't
absolutely.
mature at, as a teenager, that's for sure.
Do you have a favorite accomplishment in your life?
Um, I I have a lot of accomplishments that I think that are noteworthy. I can honestly say that my first and foremost, I'm grateful for marrying my wife. She is, I've been grateful that that she chose to be with me and be married to me. We've got three beautiful kids. I'm grateful for them and grateful for my wife. We've been married for 32 years this year, so that is an accomplishment in itself. Um, Most people they say the average marriage in North America doesn't last past 8 years. So to be married for 32, that's an accomplishment. And get to be spending time with your someone you love, it's even better.
And the life you've had together and the beautiful children you have and the time in Costa Rica and all the beautiful memories of watching you two together. It's been quite beautiful.
Yes, no, I've haven't regretted one moment of it. So you kind of have to roll with the punches, and or that's one terminology, or you kind of have to play the cards you're dealt, right? And obviously, I've got a bum hand, literally. Um, but I'm like I said, taking one day at a time and choosing to make the most and the best of what I've been given. Um, I'm just grateful that, I'm able to have a roof over my head. My son, he was so gracious when we were in Costa Rica. He invited us to say, hey, I'm going to buy a house and would you come live with me? So I'm grateful for that. We had a son that was thinking of his parents, right? And that's a wonderful thing. I raised a child that's the kind of person he is.
That's very admirable and very cool.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you have any regrets?
Hmm. I don't I don't really think I have much in the way of regrets. I mean, I think we all have regrets, but I don't think there's any one regret that is like totally that one thing didn't happen. My life would have been a whole bunch different. I think that I'm grateful for the all of my life experiences, because those life experiences, those mistakes, I believe I've learned from them, and that's because of those mistakes and because of the learning. I am a better person today than I would have otherwise been, right? So I don't think I've never done anything that I regret. Really. I mean, yes, maybe some business decisions I regretted, um, which I don't really want to go into this conversation about that, but um, I think overall, I mean, everything that even the positive and the negative, I've learned from them, and so because of that, I don't regret them.
As they say, happy little accidents.
That's right.
Do
So
you believe in the afterlife?
yes, yes, I do. I believe that we exist beyond this earth life. Um, I've had enough experiences on my own and enough of my friends and their experiences to know that our physical body is just that. It's a physical body, but inside of our physical body is a spiritual body. And so when someone dies, the body, yes, is left behind, but the spiritual body, the being that's inside of the physical body exists. And we've I've read a lot of stories of near-death experiences of people that have died on the operating room table and then gone down the hall in their spiritual body and was able to listen to conversations that happened in down the hall, family members that were talking about their child who was on the operating room table. And then they come back to life. Something happened that they got brought back. And then they have conversations later that they were able to hear things that were said down the hall and around the corner. And there's just no way that they could have heard it unless there was a physical, there had to have been a spiritual ear, so to speak, hearing those words because otherwise there's no way. Could have.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in heaven, there's unlimited fountains of coffee and ice cream.
Right here, baby.
You've become quite a coffee connoisseur.
I love my coffee. I made this fresh one up just before getting on our call. So I I didn't pick up the coffee thing until later in life. I mean, I was probably 20 2019, 2020 when I started picking up the coffee habit. And it really wasn't until 2021 when Kathy and I we went to Costa Rica, where because coffee is big, big, big down there. They grow a lot of coffee. That's where a lot of the coffee beans are grown. So I got to know people that grew coffee and got to talk to them about it and try some of their beans from their fields. So it's yeah, and I really got to I wouldn't say I'm a coffee snob, but I am particular about my coffee for sure.
You'll be disgusted with my instant coffee that I love, and then throwing
Oh,
pumpkin spiced coffee creamer in it with some whipped cream on top. It's not
whipped
particularly a
cream.
coffee
You
anymore.
don't I don't see anything wrong with whipped cream. That makes it nice and sweet. But
But it becomes more of a milkshake than than
yes.
coffee.
I mean, the other day there, my wife, her birthday was just recently at the beginning of the month, and my son, he got her for her birthday. It's called a ninja ninja creamy swirl is what it's called. And so what it does is it makes ice cream and soft serve ice cream, right? And so what I was able to do, have you ever heard of affogato?
I have not.
So affogato is where you take ice cream and then on top of the ice cream you put one or two shots of espresso coffee. So it's like basically coffee ice cream. It's pretty good. I've had a few of those now since
And
I
is there a particular way you like the beans roasted? Do you have a recommendation of the perfect cup of coffee in your opinion?
that is really everybody's got different tastes. Some people like the darker roast. I find for me, the darker roast is a little bitter. Um, I let myself my go-to bean. I always like the light roasts myself. The particular brand that I'm using right now, it's called Kicking Horse, Kicking Horse coffee. And you can buy them, I think you can get them at Sobeys, and there's a few stores that carry the Kicking Horse brand. They have a light roast called Ola. And yeah, that's my favorite go-to coffee right now. It's organic as well, which means that not they don't put the pesticides or stuff like that.
And
I
do you
always
rock it as a
find
double double, or what is your style?
so typically what like I like buying the bean when I go to the grocery store or when my wife goes to the grocery store now. Um, I have her pick up the whole bean. So you can get pre-ground coffee, and then you can buy the bean just as the whole bean. I buy the whole bean and grind the coffee as needed. Um, it's fresh, a lot fresher that way. And so that's typically I'll do usually what's called a double shot of espresso. And then from there, I usually tend to make milk drinks. So I have in my cup this morning a um, almond milk, and I take the almond milk, warm it up to 65 degrees Celsius, and then I take a blender and I blend it up to make it frothy. And then I take a double espresso, put that on top, and I usually add in to give a bit of sweetness. I add in a bit of honey. So it's
Okay.
my go-to drink.
That's the Warren coffee. Okay.
That's the Warren
Okay.
coffee. That's right.
So it's kind of a cappuccino, a honey cappuccino.
Yes, I would say that that would be it's either a cappuccino or a latte. Probably closer to a cappuccino. Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. Um, in the afterlife, to keep connected with us, is there a symbol or something that you would like us to keep an eye out for? A butterfly, a rainbow?
Cherry Dr. Pepper. You see Cherry Dr. Pepper? I'm thinking of you. I know I have seen them occasionally around, but they are very hard to find. Um, they're more you're find them easier in the States than Canada. So if you see a cherry Dr. Pepper floating out there and out in your universe, or comes across your person, I'm thinking of you.
Well, I will always keep an eye out for that.
Awesome.
Do you have any messages to your children that you'd like to?
Um, One of the things that I've been doing as of late is it's funny that you asked that question. I have been doing little video recordings. Right now, I've been focusing on my youngest daughter, who's 12. And I have been, like, for example, I've got well, 4 videos right now that I've made to her. Um, just one to be the first birthday that she will have without me. I've got one put together for her high school graduation. I've got one for when she turns 18. A couple more that I want to do yet. I want to do one for when she gets married. Um, just just to kind of be there at certain points of her life. My kids know that I love them, and I've always tried to express it. That's something that my father, I love my dad, but it was hard for him to say I love you. And I've tried since the kids were small, I've always tried to express them that I tell them I love them. And I've also done that in front of the kids, telling Kathy that I love her because that's an important thing for the kids to see that their dad loves their mom. And so I hope that's a good example for them so that maybe one day that they'll be able to find somebody that they love, that loves them back, and that they can build a relationship that hopefully is as good as the relationship that I have with Kathy. Um, I- like I said, it's marriage is marriage is not easy. It it takes two to work together. And I know that Kathy and I we've had challenges as all married couples do. Um, none of us is going to get out of life without having some scrapes. And but as long as you are willing to think of the other person more than yourself, then things will work out. It's when you start thinking more about you than the other person. It's when marriages kind of have difficulties. Um, they say that a perfect marriage is where everybody is working 100%. It's not 50-50, it's 100-100. And marriages can get into problems if it's only one person's working on it or one person's not, right? That doesn't those marriages don't work out. I mean, that's what those are called Hollywood marriages.
Is there anything specific you'd like to say to your son?
Well, I'm just grateful that my son is, I'm grateful for the man he's become. It takes a big man to buy a house for his parents to live in when they're kind of having some difficult times. Um, my son was uh, he's grown up. I know what he was like when he was younger, and man, I'm proud of him for who he's become. And yeah, no, I'm grateful for who he is. He's a good person. And I like it's funny when you can honestly say your son is your friend, that's a good thing. I'm grateful for him being my son.
And your other beautiful daughter?
Same thing for her. I'm proud of her. She speaks 4 languages, and I'm man, I've struggled just with English. But no, I love her. I love her for who she is. She's got a great sense of humor, and I see how she cares for her younger sister and how she's kind of taken her under her wing. I see that she will be a wonderful asset to Kathy in the upcoming years as they struggle and try to find the path without me. Yeah, I'm grateful for all of my kids.
And is there
Just kind of
anything?
give you a little story. For the longest while, as you can only can't really tell right now, but I'm in the bedroom. And oftentimes I'll be in the bedroom by myself, and there'll be everybody else, Kathy and the kids will be sitting in the living room and watching TV or watching a movie, and I'm in here. And was it just a few days ago? Um, there was a TV that showed up in the bedroom, and we had a 40-inch screen TV that I've never had a TV in the bedroom, just because I don't think it's conducive for falling asleep. But I come to find out, Kathy said that the kids want to have a TV so that they can watch movies with their dad. And that was why they did that. So I've got a TV now in the bedroom that Carol, she says, I'm gonna hook it up, we can play video games together. And so yeah, got good kids.
That's very
Thinking of their
sweet.
dad.
Is there anything you want to say to your friends?
I'm just grateful that I have good friends that they reach out to me and they want to get together, and it's obviously some distances makes it difficult. For example, you're my friend, but it's hard for you to kind of come out to hang out with me a little further away than you can't just hop on a bus or taxi. Um, but I'm grateful that we have communication ability like with Skype or Zoom or phone, and I'm grateful for the friends that I have and for the care that they have for me.
We are all very grateful for you. I'm overwhelmed with your beautiful graphic design and artwork. Um, I always loved your quote of "Don't rush a miracle, man. If you do, you get rotten miracles" from The
That's right.
Princess Bride.
Yeah, Princess Bride. That was Miracle Max.
And
That was his famous line, and he said, "Don't rush a miracle, man. You get rotten miracles."
And
Yeah.
I love that you introduced me to Firefly, the very wonderful sci-fi TV show.
Hmm.
And I'm very grateful for everything you've done. And I want to finish off this interview with a big thank you and a big heartfelt appreciation for everything you've done for us.
Well, thank you. I've enjoyed all the time that I've spent with you and designing those things. It's that obviously design is a passion that I have. And so that passion comes through in what I produce, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, I mean, and I think that you and I bounced ideas off quite nicely together. I know we had our tense moments, obviously creative differences of opinion, but I think I think that through and through, I mean, we came out with a great product for what we created.
I agree, and I really want to thank you. And I want to finish off with the final beautiful reminder of what a true friend is I'd cross the street to say hello to you.
No, a true friend doesn't leave things to chance. I get my what I always said is a four. So there's four categories of people. A four is someone you see walking down the street coming towards you. You duck into the nearest door, hope they don't see you. Uh, a three would be someone you see on the other side of the street walking towards you, wave, and you keep on walking. A two would be someone you see walking the street, you cross the street to talk to them. And a one is someone you don't leave to chance, and you make sure you actually call them and make a time to visit. And you are a one, Carrie.
You also are one, Warren, and thank you so much. And I'm going to say to all our viewers that make sure you tell your friends and your family how much you care for them.
Yes, because you do that. They may be needing that call, and you'd never know what persons are dealing with or going through, and you may be the just the thing that they needed at that moment to get them through the day. And absolutely, 100%, I agree.
And I'm gonna say farewell and have a cherry Dr. Pepper in your honor.
Awesome. Thanks so much for interviewing me today. I really appreciate it.
This is the Newsload.